So, finally an update on the V12 project. It took me some time to do an update. I want to do an update if I got something really done, not just one small thing. So that's why it took me a little bit longer. So what did I have done? I have got the steering linkage to the steering wheel to the steering box is done. Also got the steering box lowered 1.5 centimeters, so I show you that. So I needed to lower the steering box 1.5 centimeters, so as you can see it's now lowered a little bit. So now the engine oil pan will not hit it. Also you can see I got the axle done. It's connected to the steering wheel pin inside. So I try to search a good one with two flexible mounts inside, but if you want to buy them separately, I couldn't get it pretty fast. So I got a Volkswagen Fox outside, looked on the steering wheel and saw this connection. And it was pretty perfect, so I searched an eBay one for only 50 euros. And well, the connection is on. This one on the other side, and it's just yeah, it's perfect. So the rubber piece that goes to the firewall inside the car, that's the original one. So I welded on the inside. There's a Teflon bushing with a steel bushing. Drilled a hole in it, and I got it fitted over the pipe, so it's completely watertight and closed off, just like original. So that's make a pretty good seal. Also got this modified because the bolt was hitting underneath. Also this plate is a little bit modified, just more backwards, so the engine lifting points will not hit it like it was last time. So that should be all in place. So it looks a little bit rough now everywhere, a little bit some places a little bit rusty. But I think I'm going to sandblast it, everything when it's ready, and get all the seals cleaned and get a good sealer over it, and weld seal over it. So and then this will be ready. The only thing I need to do in the engine bay now is I have to get the transmission cooler. Needs to be mounted here on this side. So I want to be mounted. It's original also on this side, but I cannot do that because I don't have my front bumper yet. And I need a bumper that's from a later model, from I think a diesel over 2.6. They have a little bit more cooling openings in the front, so but I wait with the mounting for that if I have it. So the front is ready for the modifications now. So also transmission is in. I showed that last time. If you did not see it, have a look in the playlist for the video before this one is what it is in. So I will lift the car up now because I also got the rear end is completely removed, if you can see. So I also got the old differential here. And I got the old 600 axle, the wheel carriers, or the wheel hubs I got removed, so I will show you that now. So, got the rear axle removed. It was pretty easy, there was not that much locked. So there are 4 bolts in here and here, and the other side. Just with the rubber mounting, you can see I did already some welding work, because when I got this one off, I got a very big hole in here. Like the complete thing was rusted through. So I think it's a weird place to have it, but there's already been welded in here a plate. The other side is completely solid. So why this is, I don't know. I don't know if I have somebody else has the same spot here, but this is completely solid. So the plate was still in it, so it wasn't in the inside. It was still good, so that's why I also did not see it. So it was here was a hole in it. There was a hole in here, and this side I completely welded a new piece in. So nice solid plate, new welded in. So that's all good to go. So the rest is pretty solid. There are no holes or anything else. It's some place a little bit rust over here, but there's nothing to worry about. So yeah, I got the axle dropped of the complete subframe, rear subframe I got dropped. I dismantled it, so I got the differential removed, the original differential. These are the 190 wheel hubs. That are the 600 wheel hubs. So what I'm now doing, I mounted this back so everything is loosened up. So I need to make a marking from where the middle is of the axle. So otherwise my wheel will, if I don't do that, my wheel will be not in the middle of the wheel well when I mount it back. So that's what I'm doing now, because the points on the wheel hub are not completely the same. They are almost the same, but they are not completely the same. So this angle from that's going to the bottom arm is a little bit different. So what I need to do is this arm needs to go a little bit in, like this, because otherwise the angle is not good, and this axle will be too much to the rear. So otherwise the wheel will be too much to the rear in the wheel well. So yeah, I don't want that. So I'm going to search for the center. So I have a good center in here that I know if I put the other one on, that I got it all good and good fitted. So differential, pretty big differential. Did some measurements yesterday. It's about 4 centimeters high from the center of the axle point. So I think I'm going to mount the original subframe back underneath the car, because I did not take any measurements, but it's now easy to mount it back just with nothing on it, only the differential in it, and take some measurements how much top space up to the plate I have here, so I know how much I can go up with this differential. So it needs to be mounted in the middle. Original, this differential head was not completely in the middle of the subframe if you look to the axle, because the axles were a little bit, I thought they were a little bit mounted like this. So the differential was a little bit to the front of the rear. It makes no difference, but there was a little bit of an angle of the axle up to the differential. That was not completely straight. So with the 190 axle, the drive shaft were completely in line. Like on this side, completely in line with the differential. So I want to mount it back also the same way. So I think that is possible. What I also did, I ordered some parts for my for the free connecting arms from the subframe to the wheel hubs. I'm going to change. There are free ones. The other one is one like this. Where the camera here. With I don't know how you call that piece on the other side, but in Holland it's a steering. It's like the same as in the front. But I'm going to use in this one. I'm going to order original one. There's a rubber mounting in here. I'm going to change it for polyurethane to get a little bit more. Otherwise, it will be too stiff, I think, because this bushing will take some power when you push the throttle. So the only bushings that will be urethane is this one. Also the mounting I want to do urethane, and the bushing in here. The rest is solid. So what I did, I ordered some parts from a company in the UK. I did some search on the internet, and yeah, there are a lot of parts for sale. But this company is called MCgill Motorsports. I put a link below the video because I think they sell a lot of nice parts, and they're very nice quality parts. So this is an ERW pipe, steel pipe. So that's have a look on the website. I don't know out of my head what it's really for kind of pipe. But it's lightweight and strong. It's not stainless steel, so you can just weld it. Also the bunks on here, you can slide it in. They are on size, so you can get the pipe cut on the size you want. Weld these into it. There's one left and one right thread on it. So there needs to be a nut also. I also ordered them. So one is left and right threaded. Spacer rings. You can order them in M12 to M16 or even bigger, I think. They sell them in imperial and metric sizes. So also if you are, I think in the UK they use them a lot, and also in the USA, of course, if you're in the States. There are a lot of imperial sizes, so they ship, I thought, worldwide. They ship, I know for sure, to Europe because they are in Holland and they are in the UK, so they ship to me, it was no problem. Pretty fast. It got only in, I think it took 2 days or something to get here, so it was pretty fast shipping. Also, I got some rubber covers. They are going to be put over the rod ends. So yeah, this was the ultra high performance one. So these are with Kevlar and something else inside. So they are, yeah, it looks just very good material. So just have a look on the website if you're searching for something like that, and you can also see in my video how I'm going to mount it. And yeah, they are specially designed for cars and used a lot of in rally and racing. So I just want my rear end to be very solid, and I know the comfort in the car will be a little bit less, I think, but I just want to have a very tight driving car in the rear end, just a lot of feel in it. So this one I'm going for this, and otherwise there's another problem, of course, because these arms will not fit the new wheel hubs. So I need to go for something custom, because the original ones from the 600 are much longer. For example, if you see this one, this is a top arm from the 190. You can see, I don't know if you can see, but you can see there is a different length, so it will never fit. And I want to have my wheels inside the wheel well, like original, and not outside. So this is why I'm going for this material. So MCgill Motorsports, I will put the link below the website. Very nice stuff. So the modifications to the subframe, what I had a quick look. I think this mounting can stay in place. Don't have to do anything to it. This one can also stay in place. So the bottom one in here, I think it can stay. I don't have to do any modifications to it. The bottom one in here, that's where this one is coming from. I need to move it more backwards, so because if you see here, this one is longer. But the one from the 600 is also longer than this one. So I need to go for this one and then weld on a new point at the right. It needs to go a little bit backwards here. I think it will be here somewhere. So about 5 centimeters more backwards. So the original differential is also deeper, so it has to go a little bit more to the back. I think 4 or 5 centimeters. I did a quick measurement yesterday. I think that is possible. So this plate, I think, will be completely modified, because I also want to have the arm a little bit at an angle. So I think this plate will be more on here, or it will be a little bit like an angle and then go on the back side of the new differential. So that's how far I'm right now. This is also the original from the 190. So the stabilizer bar, it's not that thick. So I'm going to have a look if there is 190s. I don't know for sure. If you know it, put it down below in the description if you want to. It will help me from searching. So I think maybe on 2.3 or 16 valve or a 2.5 liter 16 valve or Evos, maybe with a more thicker stabilizer bar. Because if you look at the original 600s, I think this one is twice the size. So yeah, that's how far I'm right now. So yeah. So the next thing I'm going to do, is I'm going to order now my rear suspension. So I'm going to change over to Coilover suspension. The reason why I'm doing that is because I want to have more control over the suspension. So I can set it up in height and stiffness. There is, as far as I know, you cannot get original Coilover set for a Mercedes, because it's not designed for it. If you look in here, of course, if you're familiar with Mercedes, you know that these cars were designed with just a single spring, and then the shock is mounted in this bolt. This is for the stabilizer bar. So the shock will go in the trunk in here. So, and also what I need to do, because I'm going for a wider wheel in the back, the wheel hit the side of the shock absorber on this side. So it will stick a little bit out. So it's pretty tight in here. So what I'm going to do There are some guys that already did it, so I know it's possible. I saw 2 guys did it, I think. They cut out a hole in here, so and then you go in the trunk, make a new mounting. That's also what I'm going to do, new mounting in here, and then yeah, get suspension set up like it should be. So also on the front, I'm going to go for coilovers. Original. There's also another coilover. There's also, of course, there is a shock absorber separate from the spring. So I'm also going to change that. That also needs a little bit modification to the front. So I said earlier that there was no modification needed in the front, but that's also a modification that I need to do. So the modification for the engine fitting is done, but for the suspension it needs some work. So because this top mount is not made to carry the full weight of the front of the car, so because that is on this mounting where that's also welded into the frame. So I have to see how I'm going to do that the top mount is connected to the frame completely, because this is all spot welded in here, and I'm not going to get all the stuff off and weld it completely through. I think I'm going to just weld some pieces down here, maybe a frame on here upwards, so that it's good and solid also on the other side, of course. So that's how far I'm right now. So the next thing I'm going to do is, yeah, like I said, order the coilover set, get all the measurements done on the subframe, and have a look. I think the first thing I'm going to do is get the differential in place, and then get the wheel hubs in the middle where they should be. So hope you liked it. Hope you liked the updates. If you got any comments or any suggestions, and just ask, put a reaction down below, a comment. And hope you liked it. See you in the next video, see you in the next update, and I hope it will not take me that long, but it's just it just needs some work. Needs to search for a lot of stuff, so yeah. See you next time. Bye bye.